Hi, I'm Zuri with Boston.com and the Boston Globe, and I'm here with Boston Globe High School sports editor Bob Holmes, and we're here to preview the Super Bowls that are occurring on this Saturday. Bob, first we want to talk about the games that are happening at Gillette Stadium. Okay, we've got a split of games. There are 4 happening at Gillette, another 2 happening at Bentley University. We also have 2 at the Manning Bowl in Lynn and 1 at Taunton High School. So first up, the 9 a.m. game. Concord-Carlisle, the undefeated Patriots, against Oliver Ames at 7-4. What do you think is going on in this game?
Well, it's really a question of which group of teenagers wakes up first with that 9 a.m. start. But a game that probably will be a lot more competitive than people think. Just ask Pembroke last week, which came in undefeated against Oliver Ames and lost.
Yeah, well, you know what? I've seen this Concord-Carlisle team play. They've got 2 great running backs. Obviously, they have George Cran. He ran for 222 yards and 4 touchdowns the last game. And this Oliver Ames team, they seem to just have kids that come out of nowhere. They got 3 different kids with 6 touchdowns. I mean, what do you think is there's any star power there? No,
and maybe that's a good thing. I mean, we were trying before to find the leading scorer for Oliver Ames, and you really had to work. And maybe that will benefit them because there's no one star, one person they're relying on. It's really a team aspect for them.
Okay, and again, that game is at 9 a.m. at Gillette. All right, that was the Division III Super Bowl. In the Division II Super Bowl, we have Duxbury taking on Duxbury at 3:30 p.m. at Gillette Stadium. And this Duxbury team, 7-5 on the year. We didn't think they'd beat Reading in the playoffs, and yet they're here and they're taking on our number 2 team in Eastern Mass.
Yeah, maybe we spent a little bit too much time focusing on the system that let Duxbury win the MVC Small and get into the playoffs, and maybe not enough time focusing on the fact that they can really play a little bit of football, as anyone in Reading can attest.
And we've seen this Duxbury team obviously a number of times this year. This quarterback, Matt O'Keefe, he's pretty good. I mean, you know, there's no doubting his talent. Do you think Duxbury can handle him?
I can't imagine anyone beating Duxbury. I mean, I would love right now to set up an Everett-Duxbury game. It's not going to happen. I think just Duxbury is one of the best teams to come around in, you know, at least a decade.
Okay, and that kid Don Weber he's throwing to is pretty good too.
Yeah.
All right, in the Division I Super Bowl, we have our marquee matchup with BC High taking on Needham at 6 p.m. at Gillette Stadium. I got a chance to talk to Needham wide receiver and tight end Mark Riley when he was touring Gillette Stadium Thursday.
I think we just got to play together. We came out versus New Bedford and we played as a team and it worked. So we just got to stick together. We've been kind of hit with the injury bug all season, but we bounced back as a team and we're really just playing unbelievable and we want to keep it rolling.
All right, this Needham team looks pretty good. I mean, they obviously rallied around their sophomore quarterback in Ryan Charter after they succumbed to a number of injuries, including the Drew Burnett, their quarterback, their senior leader. Bob, your take on this game and Needham and seeing them against BC High after coming up from Division II?
Yeah, I think there are going to be a lot of talented players on the sidelines in this one when you throw in Preston Cooper on the BC side of things, a lot of hurt players. But should be a very good game. 3 losses apiece. They're teams with blemishes, but teams that can both score a lot of points.
Okay, very tricky team in this Needham, and we've seen BC High obviously a number of times this year. They lost some pretty big games, but you have to think that with the size of their lines that they are going to sort of manhandle this Needham team.
You would think they will try to, and as long as Needham is the Needham from Massachusetts and not New Jersey, they'll be fine.
All right, then at 8 p.m. we have Cardinal Spellman and Mashpee in the Division IV Super Bowl, and we've got a couple of good players in this team, and one that we think actually might be hurt, and Pat Hinckley for Cardinal Spellman. So the question is, with him possibly being down, can Cardinal Spellman keep up their terrific run and beat an undefeated Mashpee team?
Yeah, Cardinal Spellman is more than Pat Hinckley. They have some very, very talented players in addition to him. The thing that I like about Mashpee is I remember that game against East Bridgewater that won the league for them. They gave up only 6 points to a very, very talented East Bridgewater team, and the Mashpee defense is going to be a force on Saturday.
All right, we're going to stop right there and come back with a second part to this Super Bowl's preview. So check Boston.com/Huddle to get our take on the Division 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and Division 5 Super Bowls. I'm Zuri, he's Bob. We'll be right back with another episode on Boston.com.